Hello, everybody. Welcome to One Step Closer. This is our second ever edition, and our theme for this month is Dirgahayu, which means long live in Indonesian. And we decided on this theme because recently we are celebrating the Indonesian Independence Day very shortly after our very first event, which was the National Day for Singapore, which is August 9th, and then the Indonesian National Day was on August 17th. So we thought we'd have another event. So to introduce myself, my name is Carissa Pajura Harjo. I am mainly a poet. And this is my collaborator, Slivia Kin, who is one half of the musical and poetry mother and son duo named Musically Poetry, and they are my co-organizer for this event. So we run this initiative called One Step Closer, and for those of you who are new here, we showcase a lot of collaborative projects. This can be visual art, dance, poetry, music, and many more. And you're going to see collaborations across various mediums, disciplines, and also across physical space. So that's very exciting. Last month, our event featured migrant and Singaporean artists collaborating together to celebrate National Day on August 9th. And same month, but today our event is going to be celebrating the Indonesian Independence Day. So we've got Indonesian artists from all over the world. And so we're very excited for that. If you're interested in checking us out or checking out more of our previous videos and events, you can go to our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/onestepcloser.collabs. Sylvia, do you have anything to say before we get started?
No, just carry on. Thank you so much for, this collaborating. This is the second time we do this kind of event, and I'm very happy to work with you. Just all.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to do this together and to get to know. I've met so many cool new artists through this. So yeah, let's get started. First up, we have House of Angklung. They're a USA-based Angklung collective. I'll be talking more about them later on, but for now, I'm just going to play a video of a performance that they did recently at UC Davis.
Si jali-jali lagunya enak bagus sekali. Ini dia si jali-jali lagunya enak bagus sekali. sampai di sini.
Great. So just to introduce House of Angklung a little bit, they are a cultural association based in Washington, D.C., USA. They have a particular interest in the Sundanese culture of West Java, Indonesia. From traditional regional folk songs and classic Indonesian ballads to Sundanese pop and American music, HOA has showcased the versatility of the humble Angklung. Collaboration with local musicians and other performers led to the ensemble's 2015 full-length concert Pulau, meaning islands. The ensemble has brought the sounds of bamboo to more than 2,000 students in Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Connecticut. Membership in House of Angklung is open to people of all nationalities and has included Indonesian Americans, as well as members from Brazil, the Philippines, and the United States. And so here with us today, we actually have the head of the House of Angklung. So we're gonna go and have a chat with her a little bit. Hi, Donna. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Carissa. How are you?
Good, good. It is pretty early here. It's about 11 a.m. and I imagine it's very late where you are.
It's 11 p.m. over here.
Oh, okay. So directly a 12-hour difference. Thank you so much for joining us, even though it's quite late where you are. So would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and your involvement with the House of Angklung?
Sure. Well, I've been playing with House of Angklung for about 12 years now. We're all members. Our members are all mothers and fathers. We all have a day job. My day job is an IT project manager, and I'm also a mother. And I love playing angklung. I also like poetry and theater, by the way.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah. Me and my son, we performed in a theater together at one point when he was in middle school. Um, I enjoy playing angklung with the ladies because we came from all different backgrounds, and also we love we love the music first of all, and we do love our chit chat, our food. When we get together, we usually will have Indonesian food together. So we love it, and that's how I think everybody got involved with angklung, even more so because they really love um, the 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 crafting itself, and our director of training. I mean our instructor. Uh, she's awesome. She's super awesome. She's very patient with us.
Yeah, definitely. I see that you're juggling many hats and doing them all wonderfully. And that seems to be a theme too, that, some intergenerational collaboration with music. We've got, so my collaborator in this project, Slivia, and her son actually perform in a band. And I think later on tonight or tonight for you and later on this afternoon for us, we're going to have a father and son rock band duo as well. So yeah, maybe next time you and your son can join us too.
Uh, probably. Probably.
Yes, but thank you so much for sharing with us the House of Angklung video. So why was it started?
It started early on in 2006. I think it's 2006. The name was different from House of Angklung. It belonged to another organization as a part of their program. But then we decided to create a group and to be independent from that, from the other organization. So that's how it started. So it started about 2008. We perform. We broke the record, the Guinness Book of Record in 2009
Wow.
in Washington D.C. That was the big break for us. It was not that many compared to what they did in China or in Australia. It was 5,000, but it was in front of the National Mall. So it
Wow.
was great. Air Supplies actually performed with us.
Oh, the
Um,
band Air Supply?
yeah. Do you
What a
remember that?
throwback. I'm not even sure. Are they still performing? I'm not even sure.
I'm not sure either. I'm not sure either. So it was great. It was great. So yeah, that's it started, and then most of the ladies are all the original players. Only one or two that got out because they moved somewhere else. They was placed in Indonesia and stuff like that. So yeah,
Right. So you have a rotating cast in some ways.
yeah. But about 80% of us still the original players.
Oh, wow. That's quite a large percentage.
Yeah, yeah.
And how big is your ensemble right now?
The Angklung players, about 18 to 19. It depends on performance. If we perform where, some of us can't make it, but about 19 now. We also have a drummer, a bassist, and also a melodist and a pianist. Um, so overall, about 25, 24 and 25 people.
Wow, that must be very difficult to coordinate. I think our last event we had 15 people and that alone was a lot. So what's it like to perform Indonesian art in the US?
Wow, that is so um, honoring. I feel that it is our responsibility as Indonesian descent to actually hear or let people know about Indonesian culture, um, especially when the UNESCO declared angklung as the national heritage from Indonesia. So I think it's about time we try to have angklung be played by as many people as possible in the U.S. because that's the area that we can cover. We ask help from the Indonesian education attaché to help us, and we partner with them every time. Every time that they have angklung interactive performance, our instructor Tricia will fly to that place and then help them set up the angklung and help them learn about the music, and then hopefully they practice, hopefully and then the Indonesian embassy will send them a set of angklung so they can create their own angklung ensemble. Some of the
Right.
schools, some of the schools actually perform with us at our concert, not at the UC Davis, California last time, but in our concert in 2018. Um,
Okay, so you do a bit of like education and outreach as well, along with performing.
yes, we do, and we are in Montgomery County, the county that I live. We are actually certified to teach angklung at the public school.
Mm.
So if they need any angklung education, we all can actually teach the angklung, and usually kids love it.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much for the work that you do, and I'm sure it is appreciated by many, like both Indonesians and not Indonesians in the U.S. I know that the past 4 years that I lived there, I missed home a lot, and even just having a little bit of Indonesian food or just any little thing that reminded me of it meant a lot. So I'm sure a lot of people appreciate it.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, one last question for you. How did you celebrate 17th of August this year?
Oh, I called my kids, letting them know that we don't have any bazaar like we have before previous year because of COVID. But we celebrated at a friend's garage. So we had lunch over there just to celebrate. Oh, here comes Trisha. Trisha is our instructor.
Oh, hi, Trisha. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, she's trying to connect. Um, the audio. Can you hear us, Tish? So we had lunch at her garage to celebrate.
Ah, okay, nice. Cook some Indonesian food. Awesome.
Yes, yeah, some Indonesian food. Can you hear us, Tish?
Yeah.
Hi, Trisha. Thank you for joining us. Would you mind introducing yourself a little bit to those watching?
Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Tricia Sumarianto. I'm the music director and the conductor of Angklung, Washington, D.C.
Thanks for joining us. So I just chatted a little bit with Donna. So maybe I'll ask you some questions as well. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with the House of Angklung, how you got started, and all of that.
Oh, it started in 2009. I think House of Angklung was looking for a new instructor. And a friend of mine saw me playing piano and asked me whether I want to be their teacher. And I've never been an angklung instructor, but I played angklung, I think, once when I was in elementary. That's it. So I thought, oh, okay, maybe it's interesting. I'll the challenge. So that there started from there, and here I am.
Wow, so you kind of just learned on the job.
Yeah, after that, and I started just learning by myself, do the research, Google people who are angklung instructor, talk to them, and I found it has the same concept as a choir, which I was always in a choirs about harmony, different sounds, different voices, and started from there. Until now, I'm still learning. I told everyone every practice, every performances, there's a new things for me to learn.
That's very impressive. And I hear that you also teach angklung to some students in the U.S.
Oh yeah. Donna mentioned that. Yeah, it's called. We have an outreach program called Angklung Goes to School, where we introduce Indonesia through angklung to the American students from kindergarten up to high school and university. And that program has been going since 2012, I think.
And what's the engagement like? How is the angklung received in the U.S. schools?
Well, it's very interesting because I try to get all the students engaged by not only by playing the angklung but learning the history of Indonesia, and we talk about in the beginning we always talk a little bit about Indonesia and all the animals, all these plants, the big cities, just to get them to know about the angklung. And I don't know whether everybody know, but the first Guinness World of Record was held in DC in 2011, I think. And that's where we have Pak Daeng Ujo, one of the angklung guru. And I learned a lot from him. And he brought the angklung. Each angklung has a name. It's named by the islands. So the students learn Indonesia through angklung. At least they will remember one island of Indonesia and what's about that island. We only used 8 different angklung for the Angklung Goes to School program. And it's very interesting because to them, it's like a toy, right? It's always like a toy to play with it. And because it's so easy and they can't, it's teamwork effort when they, at the end, they can play a song. It always amazes them and the teacher. And because it's always easy too, because it's so easy. And after that, the teacher can even teach the students themselves, right? We don't have to be there. So any schools that are very interested in the angklung, they will begin 3 sets of angklung. This is a joint effort with the Embassy of Indonesia. So they will have 3 to 4 sets of angklung. So usually each classroom, they will have 24 students.
Wow, I love that. I love that you're able to squeeze in a bit of education on Indonesia as well while they learn the angklung.
Yeah. So the idea is not only to learn angklung, but also to learn Indonesia. And I think it's an effective method especially for students, because there's one school that I teach them for 5 years, and I meet this. And one day I met the students. They were already in middle school, and they look at me. I remember Sumatra, right? We have a tiger there, or orangutan in Kalimantan. So that's so it's in there. It's in their head. So it's good.
That's great. And do you have any hopes and dreams or wishes for HOA or Indonesian art in general, kind of going forward, be it, in Indonesia or globally or in the US?
Well, of course, we would like to see more schools playing angklung, and hopefully angklung can be in one of the subject in their curriculum, part of the learning other culture, not necessarily about music, although it can be one tools that they can have in the music class. They have in the music class, they have so many different kind of education tools, and I think angklung has a big potential to be one of those. So we'll see if we can have that in the curriculum.
Great, thank you so much. And my last and final question to you is, how did you celebrate the 17th of August this year? I heard you had a bit of a lunch with Donna.
Well, Donna came to my place.
Hujan.
Yeah, so we had some friends gather together and have some Indonesian food. Some of us, I think, watched the independence ceremony from Indonesia or in other states. And then there's some Indonesian food.
Sorry, I think we're having a bit of background sound.
Yeah.
Will you say that last bit again? Sorry.
Yeah, so we just gathered with some friends, brought some Indonesian food, and some of a friend had the Indonesian flag, so we took pictures. Of course, there's no ceremony. We didn't do any flag raising or rising or anything like that, but we just gathered because it was a Monday. I think it was a Monday.
Right. Yeah. It was a Monday. Well, I'm glad that you were able to have some sort of like community and sort of connection, and all of that. All right. So without further ado, I'm actually going to play the collaboration that we did. I added some of my poetry to your performance, and so we're going to watch that, and then we're going to move on to our next performers. Thank you very much, Donna and Tricia, for joining us today. Do you have any final words for the audience?
I leave that to Donna.
Well, we hope that angklung sound will be heard and played by people around the world, and that we are Indonesian, especially, we will have passion about our culture, our roots, and our heritage. No matter whether we are half Indonesian or a quarter of Indonesian or even 1/8 Indonesian, but once we have the root is there, then it's our responsibility to pass on to the next generation our culture. That's basically it.
All right, thank you very much. I'll say goodbye to you for now, and yeah, we'll see you soon, hopefully. We'll be in touch.
Sure.
Thanks,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. All right.